All right, welcome to Meet St. Tammany podcast. Today we have one of Kyle and I's really good friends from college, Cameron Martin with the Martin Method. Really excited to talk about health and fitness and business and how we can grow as business owners. We're all in the same bucket here.
Sure.
I'm really excited to have you on.
Me too. I'm pumped to be here.
And I'm saying this like Kyle's a regular on this on the podcast,
Yeah,
this is Kyle's first podcast too.
It's been I'm usually behind the scenes working on the files. I get to watch Jared, I get to watch Lauren, and I'm here today, and I am Cameron's demographic. So this is really good. I'm working on my fitness journey and my everything. So this is really
Should we tell
exciting.
him?
Yeah.
This is actually an intervention for Kyle.
Don't do that. There's a little bit of that could be. There's a little bit of truth. I'm like, wait, we're really doing that?
No, but I mean,
But
I'm
for real,
excited
though.
about talking. I mean, me and you've kind of been starting to dialogue a little bit about this over text about, as a father and a husband and a business owner and professional, you go through your, like, at least for me, we went to high school and college and it was a big part of our lives being fit. And then we grew up and then had to figure out how to our bodies to act a little differently and then how to manage that with all the responsibilities that we have. We've been friends for a long time, but I've been watching you on social media, and I know you had a professional life before, dabbled in social media that kind of got this whole thing kicked off, and now the Martin Method is a thing, and you know that's your full-time gig, and you're helping men and women in St. Tammany Parish become more fit and healthy and be able to live longer and do all the things they wanted to longer. So tell us about the inspiration behind the business and how it came to be.
So the business was never I was never inspired to create a business.
Yeah.
It kind of just happened. You touched on it. You said we were younger playing sports. We felt fit and active and healthy. I didn't feel that way when I got married. I was 195 pounds. I'm 5'6".
Yeah.
So wasn't the best look for me.
Yeah.
We played sports growing up, and I was fit and active. We went to Kurt Hester, and
He was a beast. Don't
He
let
was a
him.
beast.
Don't let him downplay it. He was
And-
a man. No, he was a beast right there. Don't let him.
I've heard stories.
Yeah, but I was falling out of feeling capable kind of. And so I was on social media kind of watching people being inspired and just I think I can do that. I think I want to do something to keep myself accountable,
Yeah.
but I was crazy scared of being judged.
Yeah.
So my wife, she doesn't have that fear.
Yeah.
She does not.
It's always funny how one person in the relationship usually tends to not have that fear.
Yeah, she does not. She does not get intimidated, doesn't care what people think in the best way.
Yeah.
And she's like, just put yourself out there, man. Just do it.
Yeah.
So I started filming myself working out at home, but I blocked every single person that I know.
Wow.
I blocked coworkers, friends, family, because this was 2019.
Yeah.
So I was I didn't want to be like
This
this.
was before COVID?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
right
Yeah,
before
right
COVID.
before, okay.
I didn't want to be like this weird dude working out at it. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
This weird dude working out at home, putting them on the internet with literally 0 followers.
Yeah. And this was all for the purpose of helping yourself be accountable.
Helping
stay more
myself.
fit.
Yeah. I was I want to get fit. I want to be I want to be in shape.
Yeah.
In really good shape. So I was if I post every day, I can do. I did have this thing in the back of my head though. I saw this podcast that was the age that we live in. If you put things online without intention, just do it to do it, you never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the kernel of me bringing it up to Leanna. It was I think the quote was just water the plant. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I was I'm just going to post. I just committed to posting. And I did that for 3 years with $0 coming in, but was meeting people in the niche online,
Yeah.
getting in shape,
Yeah,
which
getting
was
in a great shape.
getting
your body
into-
totally transformed and all that.
getting in shape, which was cool. And then COVID hit, the following kind of blew up because people were wanting to work out at home. And I was doing mainly kettlebell and dumbbell workouts, adjustable dumbbells.
Yeah. I mean, when I first heard you doing this, Jared Averill, one of our other good buddies, shout out Jared.
Yeah, this might be just a love fest with all of our friends at some point.
He was training for a marathon or a half marathon, and then also training with you on how to kind of get fit on the days that he wasn't running, right?
Yeah, lifting's a part of running as well. A lot of people forget that, but he was running a ton, but I was dude, you need to work on the ankles, the knees, the hips, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So he started working with me a bit too. But yeah, man, I was just posting. And my brother, he's 30 now, but at the time he was probably 24, so he was hip with it.
Mm-hmm.
He's dude, you gotta put up some kind of paid for service.
Yeah.
So I started putting follow-along workout videos on Patreon. I don't know if y'all heard of Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like paid for YouTube, basically. So like on Instagram, there'd be like a clip of me doing the workout. Here's the workouts. If you want to actually do it with me, go to the Patreon, and for $5 a month, become a member. You get all the workouts that I put
like
up
the
there.
exclusive membership. I remember Patreon.
Yeah. And it was $5. He was like, just something, because there's people that want to do what you're doing.
For sure.
I could not believe that. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then like thousands of people ended up signing up.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, this is a real thing. Like, people want to do what I'm doing.
Were you interacting with these people, or they were just subscribers?
They were subscribers, and like basically with the subscription, you get the workouts, and then it looks just like a YouTube video. Basically, they can comment, and I'm commenting back.
Cool.
And like letting them know things, and they're like, "I just crushed this workout, dude." I'm like, "That's sick. Let's go." Let's go.
Hard part, right?
And it was, dude. It was like 2022. So I'd been posting for a while, and that like opened up my brain to like, okay, I remember we made our mortgage payment. Like one month we made our mortgage payment, and Leanna was like, let's go. Let's go. You just brought in our mortgage payment. I was like, that's crazy.
This is all way a full-time job, right? So
not a full-time job at all for me.
No,
yeah.
And so you're doing this on the weekend or at night or in the morning?
All hours. I went through a phase of like 4 a.m. wake-ups. I went through a phase of like 8 p.m. workout sessions. And I was commuting at the time to Baton Rouge from here.
Yeah.
And back. I was at Marucci Sports.
Yeah, you passed up you just drove right past this one?
Yeah, I was making the bats.
Oh, okay.
I was actually making the bats. I'd worked myself into a spot there where I was in charge of all of wood bat production for Marucci, cool. Like the wood mills. And
Cameron, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've been working for Marucci since we graduated, right?
13 years.
Yeah.
13 years.
Wow.
Cameron was up there. I think I don't mean to take the words out of your mouth, but Cameron was very high in the Marucci
and I mean,
infrastructure.
I know what it means to leave something like that to start your own deal too. That's also a daunting experience too. But
yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, I'm sure. So just from understanding fitness perspective, right? I mean, you weren't a fitness major at LSU. Like you don't have a fitness background.
No, not at all. So when I started posting stuff online and people were like asking me for advice, I was like, I got zero credentials.
Yeah.
I was like, I have zero credentials. So I started getting all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So like corrective exercise certification, personal training certification, nutrition coaching certification.
Gotcha.
And started like adding that stuff. It's like if they're asking for my help, like I gotta have.
But I think that whether it comes to helping people understand how to do business or leading people in the business that you're operating in, or in the fitness world, inspiring people to follow you, you proving yourself to be able to have done it yourself is half the battle, right?
Right.
Like you learn things about yourself that you can help other people start tweaking about themselves that allows them to start learning themselves, because we're all different people.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be a little bit different, but the general basics are going to be very similar. Once you get some of these basic habits down, then I can teach you how to be consistent. As long as you have work with me and be disciplined and meet me halfway, I can teach you some things.
For sure. I didn't have that confidence at first.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. I was basically like learning as I was going, and people were reaching out. So I felt like a big responsibility to deliver like quality coaching and quality like instruction, because they were like, man, I've been in a bad spot.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure you guys have felt it too. Like when you're in a bad spot with your physical health, it's really affecting your mental health a lot.
For sure.
So like there's a lot of guys that are coming to me like, I got the little kids, I got the job, and like, man, I just feel like I'm not showing up for myself in the best way. So I took it pretty seriously.
Yeah, so
still do.
Yeah, so the Martin method, like how are you meeting those types of people where they're at and helping them with the programs that you're trying to give them to help them become more fit and healthy?
Yeah, so the client demographic is we're all going through the same stuff. Like that's what you like.
Yep.
I do a ton of calls. I've talked to thousands of dads on the phone where tell me your story, what you got going on, and we're all in it, man. Like we're all in it with needing to provide, needing to be a good dad, because then when you feel like you're taking time away for yourself, you get that parental guilt that comes along with that because you're not with your kids.
100%.
So we are giving time back to the moms and dads, because I think this is like a recent thought that I've had that I think really makes sense though, is like, you're almost like not even ready for it until you're around our age,
Mm-hmm.
because that like out of college to like low mid 30s, you're the low man at the totem pole at your job. Like
Yeah.
you're grinding.
Hustling, grind. Yeah,
You're
100%.
grinding. So like your whole life is like, I'm working. You can't even think about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But then you land at like 35 and you're like, what has happened? Like,
To that point, though, you know, like my whole life I've been big brother to 3 little brothers. So like I'm 10 years older than my youngest brother, and I see, and like whenever I'm 18 and graduating high school and he's 8, we don't have a ton to relate to at that
Right.
point, right? But now that he's 20, he's 27 because we're 37.
crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's sad.
He just got married last year, and so
Yeah.
like I can now relate to him a little bit more, and I can be like, hey, bro, like I can't tell you this in college, right?
Right.
Like, I can only tell you that I drank as much beer as I could, but I can tell you now that you're a man and you're married, to get ahead of some of these things, because you're going to be
Right.
thankful that you started doing little things. And I'm hoping we get into this conversation that the part of the plan that you're giving people is that it doesn't have to be this like hour and a half commitment every day. It doesn't. I mean, I that's not my experience with it, at least.
No.
It doesn't have to be that.
it's different for everybody. It's what you want out of it. But like to get to a level of health and fitness that you're proud of, no, you don't need to spend an hour and a half
For sure.
doing anything a day.
Yeah.
As you fall in love with the process of being fit, you might want to do more.
100%. That's how I feel every
Yeah,
day now.
you might want to do more. But man, getting started 30 to 45 minutes is enough.
Yeah,
To like get you in a spot where you're seeing changes, you're feeling better, you're showing up differently, you have confidence is like a big one because you're moving your body. But yeah, with the parents,
Do most of your clients say they don't have time? I mean, that is the number one.
yeah. So like when I was talking to moms and dads on the phone, we're all up against the same stuff.
Yeah.
And like we don't have time. And like what I have found is that we have time, but the time that we have is filled with stress. So like you're doing the stuff with the kids, you're doing the stuff with work, and then finally like maybe you might have like an hour, 2 hours, but you got to refill your cup because you're stressed. So you can either work out, you can watch Netflix, you can doom scroll, you can have a drink, you can go on a walk. There's a lot of ways to fill the time. So we're filling that time for them with a plan rather than saying you need to show up to a class at this time of day.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
part of this is
right.
like
That makes a lot of
Johnny's got practice at night. You got a meeting that just popped up. Your session, you texting the trainer like I can't make it.
Yeah.
So like we give them structure and flexibility to do the workouts in their own time, and we write it for them specifically.
Yeah.
So like you tell me what you want and we build that for you.
So time's a big factor, right? I think that, and it sounds like what you're saying is part of that initial onboarding process for a client is just having a conversation about time,
For sure.
and priorities, and and what you have going on, right? You ask the question like, "Tell me what you got going on in your life. Like,
Right.
where are you at,
Right.
so I can help you fill that space." Now, I could give you one pointer that I've done that has helped me with time, and it worked out because I have 2 girls, 8 and 6, and then my son is 3, and he was 2 when I started exercising again regularly. And so that's me and his time.
Right.
Like you say that guilt about not spending time with your kids. Like my son, when I go out to the gym,
there.
if I'm going to work out at 9:00 at night and he hears the weights hit the bar,
awesome.
he's coming outside. He's like, "Dad, I'm working out with you." Shirt's coming off, and he's
Yeah.
ready to roll. I'm serious. Like, he's like,
Dude,
"Dad, why is
that's
your shirt
awesome.
on? We don't work out with shirts on in this house." You know.
Yeah.
And that's just our time to hang out together. And he'll, I got him some like basic things. I got a climbing rope that he like climb up,
Yeah.
and I got a 5-pound med ball. He'll pick it up and walk it around there, and then show me his muscles
Yeah,
after.
that's
So like,
awesome.
I mean, I take that time to spend time with my son, and then my daughter. One of them does gymnastics, so I
awesome.
have a gymnastics bar in the garage, and she'll come flip over the bar, and we just like that. It make it kind of part of our relationship that we have together,
Right.
and that allows me to have more time with them, but also get my fitness in.
You're also setting up his normal.
Yeah,
That's normal. He's like, we work out.
yeah.
Like Dad's working out. We rip our shirts
Every
off.
night,
We rip our shirts off
8:30,
and work
yeah,
out.
that's what we're doing.
That's why my page on Instagram started growing at first. It was accidental. Was like my daughters would like end up being in the videos.
I remember that.
And like I didn't do that on purpose. They were just in the videos. And then dads would be like, he kind of knows what's up. Like the kids are out there.
Yeah.
But it just happened because they were up.
Yeah.
Like they were up. I'm in the yard working out, and
Yeah.
like they see it and they like want to come play. It's like playtime.
One of the reasons why I knew this conversation was going to be an easy conversation is because before we got on camera, I asked you who your ideal client was, and you were able to identify that person clearly.
Yeah.
And I tell this to people all the time. If you're trying to attract your ideal client, you have to know who they are from a demographic standpoint. You got to know every detail about that person. You got to know what their goals are and what's in between them and their goal, right? I know who your demographic is. You said it when you walked in the door. Their goal is to be more healthy, live longer, be able to hang out with their kids, and their issue is time, right? And or guilt and not being able to spend time with their kids. And by all that fits exactly and all checks all the boxes that I would have said too. And then when you market yourself online, you put yourself out there in a way that's going to attract your ideal client.
Right.
You put your kids in the video, you're solving a problem for two problems for me at the same time. And I now relate to you more, and I'm like, all right, this dude gets it. He's gonna help me put myself in a position like him to be able to be around my kids and be healthier.
Right.
And you're checking all the boxes for that ideal client. So I think you're doing a great job with that.
Appreciate that, man. Again, that happened by just like sharing my life.
And it was a good. It was a good tutorial too, because it showed you what to do with your kids when they're like in a dangerous position.
No.
Everyone's like, "Oh no, not there. Let him hold up," and he would move them over here and be like, "Okay, look, now we have the range of motion we need."
Yeah.
Like
It's a real thing.
It was funny. My kids this weekend was them and some friends were over, and I had just done the deadlift and I was taking the weight off the bar, and they were trying to lift it up, and then like all of a sudden they all grabbed the bar at the same time. And they all picked it up at the same time, and it was cool because they were all fired up because they all picked up the bar together.
That's incredible.
But then it was like, all right, don't smash every one of your toes.
I know. That is part of it with the kids is like you gotta, because we have a gym in my garage now, like a straight up awesome gym that I was lucky enough to work with a company, Rep Fitness, who like outfitted my garage. But the girls would get out there, they sent them like a 1 pound kettlebell. But that thing's heavy if you drop it on your toes. So watching your kids while you're doing the workouts is definitely
For sure.
important.
And I don't have a 1 pound kettlebell. My smallest one's 5, and I can imagine that my son's entire foot would explode if he dropped a 5 pound kettlebell on his toe. So solving the time problem for your clients is important. So I want to talk about another problem another thing that we could talk about. I think is an issue for me that was between me and my goal. It was the fact that I always tried to solve my fitness problems with exercise as opposed to the nutrition side. And you talked about it, right? I actually started this new shift in my life a year ago it started with food.
Yeah.
Like when I started dialing in my food and I started losing weight just because I was eating healthier, it made me inspired to go get in the gym because I was like, I feel better.
For sure.
Right? And so how does nutrition fit into your coaching?
That's cool you said that. A lot of times it works both ways. Like you'll see some people who they work out and they're like, all right, I'm doing that. Now I can advance to food, but then it does happen the other way. I mean, you nailed it. We do meal plan. I have a nutritionist on the team who helps us create meal plans for everybody. We're all nutrition coaches as well. So, and I tell all the clients, like, if your goal is to lose like the 20 to 40 pounds, you're not doing it without getting your food in check.
100%.
Like, and then that's a big one because you're like, all right, you feel like it's a mindset thing, right? Like you feel like, okay, I can't have this, I can't have that. I'm taking away from life. To me, it's the opposite. It's like, what are you adding to your life by adding in good quality ingredients, making sure that you're doing things that align with your goals? Like you're adding years to your life. You're adding how you feel in your day to day. How you feel in your day changes how your day goes completely.
100%.
Because you're able to perform at a higher level in everything. So what we do is, like, if you were a client, get to know you the same way I'd get to know your workout preferences. Like, what do you like to eat? What don't you like to eat? Do you like to cook? What do you guys gravitate towards? Like, if you're craving something, and then we build out a meal plan for you.
Very cool. So I'll tell you how. Now that you're a nutrition certified, I'm gonna pick your brain and get some free coaching here.
That's what I was waiting for. I'm waiting for the free coaching.
Like, the whole thing is free coaching for me.
What is the calories that I do? Just hypothetically, if you were telling someone, what would you tell
And I don't even have the question anymore. I know because the two things that I did that made me start losing weight was that I was eating so many dead calories when I got home from work.
Yeah.
And like just tired and stressed and walking in my refrigerator and what I deemed was healthy food, I was eating 3 or 4 times the amount I should eat. I mean, I don't even want to know how many calories I was eating whenever I was at my peak. I mean, I'm serious. I would have 3 New York strips, right? And like, there's no need for that. And you don't realize. And one of the things I always said was I would always eat because I didn't know if I was eating enough, if that made sense. I was trying to eat healthy stuff.
Right.
But I was like, was I eating enough healthy stuff or too much? I never dialed it in to know what was what. And so when I made a rule that I was going to stop eating at 5:30 at night.
Nice.
And so what that did was I never get home before 5:30 from work, unfortunately. And so I had to be more intentional about what I ate during the day. And so when I started being more intentional about what I ate during the day, I was controlling it more than when I would come home and open the refrigerator and just had as much food as I wanted.
So are you eating dinner when you get home? You're eating dinner, right? No dinner.
My fasting window is between when I wake up and 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you're eating breakfast and lunch?
Everything within that. Yeah. I mean a normal amount of food that I would eat otherwise.
Okay.
I'm just stopping eating. And so two things happened. One, I was in Manresa and they just didn't have very good food at Manresa. I mean, they have good tasting food, but the stew they make in the back is like, not going to be the best thing for me.
We love Manresa. We love everything that they have.
Yes, Manresa is great. Okay. But I ended up, I ate a lot of the food there, but one day I just didn't eat dinner and I slept like 10 times better than I had slept in years. And then I was like, man, there's maybe something to that. So the next day I did the same thing and I slept better. And then one night I would eat at 7, 8 o'clock at night, a normal meal, and my sleep wasn't as great.
Yeah.
So just from that perspective, I was like, well, if I'm sleeping better, eating earlier, I'm just going to stop eating at night. And then just by cutting out all those dead calories I was eating and being more intentional, I just started eating more with the line with what I needed to burn throughout the day.
Yeah.
It made a huge difference for me.
That's interesting because a lot of what I see is like when guys try to fast or they put like a fasting window, it's usually front half of the day. Mm-hmm. And I don't see that work that often for people.
Yeah.
So it's awesome that you front loaded your day because you wake up, big breakfast is the key.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it is the key. Like get yourself a big breakfast. Your brain needs food too, but then you also set yourself up later in the day to not be craving crazy amount of snacks.
That's right.
You've been eating all day.
Yeah.
Like I've been eating food all day long, so like you don't need it late at night.
Yeah, so I was fasting before in the morning before I really started losing weight, and then when I swapped it, it really it just clicked. And I really think it was all the dead calories off the back end. For sure. And the second thing that I did is I was tracking my calories burned through my device, my Whoop. And so when I started being more intentional about what I was eating during the day, I started tracking what I was eating during the day, and I realized I was eating way more than I needed to, even if I was fasting at night.
Right.
And then when I was kind of balancing that against what I was burning, I'm realizing I have all these excess calories. So if I'm eating a 400 or 500 calorie surplus every day, inevitably something's going to happen. If you're exercising, you might get a little stronger, but you're going to gain weight in other ways too. And once I started being a lot more, closer to maintenance on my food, it really started clicking for me.
And how many pounds have you lost?
I've lost 46 pounds in a year.
When you walked in, I was like,
yeah,
dude's looking good.
Feels good, man. I mean, and it's not like I said earlier. Once you start losing the weight and you start feeling better, it's just so much easier to continue the momentum for it. And people look at you like you're crazy. I mean, like I get jokes all the time. Like berries, chicken, and sweet potatoes.
Somebody was last night gave you a hard time, but they're like, "Man, you're getting thin. Like it was awesome. You got your shape. It's great
for sure."
Yeah, don't listen to them.
No,
don't listen to them.
But I think that the people have also asked me, kind of like ask you, what have I done to lose weight? I mean, I'm not educated in it like you are now, but I can at least give a couple of pointers, right? Like,
yeah, you're in you put yourself into a calorie deficit.
Yeah, and now I'm trying to switch it, right? I'm trying to figure out how to gain a little bit more mass and strength because I did lose a lot of weight.
Yeah,
but it's a totally different conversation to have. But it's
that's a fun.
But it's fun. It is. That's the fun part. And I've had conversations with other people about that too. Once you get to the point of where you've lost the weight, and now you get to figure out how you put it back on. Now, like you said, it's a lot of fun.
It's fun.
But I think that the nutrition is important, right? That's what like you're saying.
It is the most important.
And so are you coaching your clients around how they can prep for that in advance?
Yeah.
And are they planning their food before the day even starts instead of trying to like time their food and what they're eating throughout the day?
Yeah, so it's being intentional with all of it. Like the workouts, I'd have you put it into your calendar like a meeting.
Yeah.
Just so that it's like a meeting that you have set for the day. You're showing up, not like I'm going to try to get to it if I have some free time. We don't have free time. No one has free time. Food's the same way. So 2 strategies is like the old school, like tried and true way is on the weekend, prep your food. Like get some food ready, put it in the fridge. Takes a few hours, but there is no decision fatigue throughout the week. Like you know what you're eating for lunch, you know what you're eating for breakfast. The other method, which I use quite frequently, is just make big dinners. So like if you don't have like the 2 to 3 hours on the weekend because you have soccer tournaments or ball games, whatever it might be, whatever you're cooking for dinner on Monday night, make a ton of it. Like make a ton of it and just have that be lunch for the next few days. And then the next day do it again, and you kind of stocked yourself up in a time you'd be normally cooking anyway.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. All right, so time, nutrition, both 2 boxes that you help check for your clients. Now, I think that another thing that I've heard other people say is, one, I don't have time to go to the gym. And so I know that a lot of your programming that you started with has a lot to do with kettlebells.
Right.
Which is not a lot of space, don't need much room. You can do it outside in the grass. So how do you work through a client that says, okay, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't have time, I want to do this at home. How are you helping them get set up with the equipment they need?
So a lot of our clients they're starting their program with just 2 kettlebells, maybe 3, and some resistance bands.
Cool.
Like if they have nothing.
Yeah.
And if you have nothing and you're not going to the gym, you're probably in a spot where you haven't worked out in a really long time.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is start. And like the momentum that comes from starting is much bigger to me than being in like the optimal program, because the optimal program is the one that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Like we could design you guys the best program on planet Earth, but if you don't like doing it, if it's like, hey, you're going to run 10Ks every Saturday, you're like, I hate running.
Yeah.
It's like, you're
not going to do it.
You're not going to do it.
Right.
So like getting somebody started is pretty simple. 2 kettlebells, a pair of them that you can press overhead about 8 times.
Okay.
A single heavier one that's like 20 to 30 pounds heavier than one in the pair. And then the resistance bands so that we can do like curls and tricep extensions, and like we want you want to blow the guns
for
up.
sure. You gotta have you want to be able to know that you're working
we
out.
keep talking about all this altruistic like health, and we're like, yeah, it's right
100%
there.
a part of it.
No, you want to.
Yeah.
Dudes want biceps.
Yeah. Sure.
Girls want glutes. That's like that is the thing when they sign up. Girls want glutes.
You got glutes.
What do girls want, Taylor? They want triceps. She wants
There you
triceps.
go.
too.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. There's a huge movement.
Taylor's
of like,
doing a whole exercise.
some
routine
girls that are
behind the camera
lifting
right now.
and like the women working it. We have some female coaches
Yeah.
who are absolute
Studs.
savages,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
They're impressive.
That's awesome.
Super impressive.
And so the 2 kettlebells, the push press overhead, and the one larger one. I'm
larger
sure
one.
you're moving like some more like squats and deadlift type movements.
deadlifts, swings.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then from there you start, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
And how, I mean, you said it earlier today, like your programs can be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what you have going on. I think that a lot of people, whenever they hear kettlebells, especially somebody who came from me who was just so used to the barbell or the heavier dumbbells, like I think of a kettlebell as something that's always going to be some sort of high intensity training workout.
right.
And so how are you using the kettlebells in a way that's more strength building?
So that's a good point. Like it is a very good tool for that. You can also use it for strength training. I would say that like kettlebell training inherently, it's not really the best at anything. Like if you're a bodybuilder, you're not going to just do kettlebell training.
Yeah.
If you are an endurance athlete, you're not just going to do kettlebell training. But what it does is checks like all the boxes to get you going. And most of us are not training to be like elite athletes at this point. But with the kettlebell, man, you can do a ton of movements the same way you would do with a dumbbell.
Oh, yeah.
So you can do, like, you can grab the horns and curl them. You can overhead tricep extend them, squat with them.
Ground overhead is one of my favorite things to do with a kettlebell.
Right.
Just like getting from the floor, getting over your head.
And that is like the secret sauce with the kettlebells, is that the equipment that I just explained takes up, I don't know, a square foot.
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
Your garage,
A square- all of them, yeah.
A square foot of space, and you can do anything with them. And at the same time, the way that they're designed, there's inherently going to be like some sort of like core control aspect, balance. We can go lateral with them. We can do jumps with them if you want to get really crazy. There's just a ton of things that you can do with them. So from like an efficiency standpoint, if you are like a busy mom or dad who's like, I don't have time to go to the gym, we can get a ton done with the kettlebells, and then you will get stronger.
Yeah.
And you add weight.
What about the inexperienced lifter? I find that when I'm trying to help, like even my wife or with my kids, a kettlebell is it's a safer piece of equipment to me than trying to grab a barbell or a dumbbell, right?
For sure. Yeah. So I'd rather teach you a kettlebell deadlift than a barbell
100%.
deadlift, like every day.
Yeah. Goblet squats.
Yeah, goblet squats, same thing. So it's very good. We have clients that everything we do is through an app, and like they're communicating with the coach. Everybody has their own coach.
Cool.
So if you get to an exercise or a movement that you're not comfortable with, just pop your phone down, like lean it against the cup or something, take a video of yourself and shoot it over to us.
Nice.
And we
Like live? I'm sorry, I mean live. Like
no, not live. So
Okay,
like
okay. Within
me
reason.
and you would like share a thread, like a chat,
Okay.
and you're like, hey Cameron, I hit my workout today. Can you take a look at my squat?
Got it. Okay.
And like we proactively like are putting them through different movements every week. to kind of get their form is everything.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So like they're sending us their form, we're queuing them back. We have group coaching calls that everybody's I'm like demoing things and
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
they're
That's
learning.
very cool. I was hoping that it was live. Let's do one right now. Call Coach Carly, get her on the phone right now. We're doing that is still very.
And so one of my brother has an exercise physiology degree, and he coached at a CrossFit gym in Baton Rouge right out of college. And his coach, the main head coach, said everybody has to have their own dojo at their house. Like even if you train at the gym or you're training for something to be healthy,
Right.
you need to have your own set of stuff at the house
For sure.
so that you can do something on a day that the gym's closed or you can't get to the gym. Just have something there. And I took that to heart. I graduated law school. I started buying just 1 or 2 pieces of equipment every year, and my family hated buying me presents because they were like, "What do you want? Road gift card. What do I want? Road gift card." And I just started accumulating. And now I'm like you.
Yeah.
I have an entire gym set up in my garage.
That's amazing.
And it's the most invaluable thing I can have. Every paycheck I got, and I wouldn't make much money at a law school, I'd buy a $35 stall mat from Tractor Supply.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
I
have.
pieced my garage together, and now I have like the whole thing rubber matted, and it's invaluable. I mean, I'll have the rest of my life. My kids will have it.
Yeah, dude. The home setup is unbeaten, especially like even if you have a gym membership, like you said, like we have a lot of clients that everybody's working like hybrid schedule. Like a lot of people are just at home. But if you're working hybrid, on the days you're out and about in town, stop at the gym.
Yeah.
That works. And then we'll have some days for you that you do at home
Yeah.
as well.
I like going to the gym and actually going and meeting somebody there and working out with them at the gym, but I don't want to work out with somebody every day. You know, 'cause
No.
we have different goals and like different things. And at one point in our lives, we would never go to the gym without saying, "Hey, we're going to the rec. You coming with me?"
yeah,
And I was
there's
like,
like
wait,
four
we always
guys
wanted to
at
go
all
together,
times, right.
and we had a good. And it was fun. But nowadays, I want to like get in there and get my workout done. I'm not
sure.
socializing as much, but like on a Saturday, I wouldn't mind going and doing a workout with somebody and having a little more fun with the workout. So I definitely think there's a place for both of them. But I think again, as a business owner and as an adult, kind of getting back into fitness, I think one of the boxes that they have to wrap around their brain is: do I have to get a gym membership? Where do I get the equipment? Like how much equipment I can have to buy to invest my time in the Martin method? And I think that's great that you can just limit it to like you can spend $300 or less on these kettlebells, and you'll be good to go, and you'll have everything that you need.
Right. And it's just getting the ball rolling, man.
Yeah.
It's literally just momentum.
For sure.
That is it. And like it snowballs from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So tell us about the app. I think that's another convenience factor that people want to hear about, right? Like to be in touch with you and how you set their program, how they get their program, how often you changing the program. What does that look like?
So everybody starts and is paired with a coach. It's myself and there's 7 coaches. We have some coaches in Canada too, believe it or not.
Wow.
So 7 coaches. Everyone starts with a test week. So like the first thing I would have to do with you guys is like figure out where you are today.
Yeah.
Like, what's your baseline of fitness? I'm just going to throw some random stuff at you. So your program, we call it test week, where we're kind of testing you. You go through the workouts that week and just give us feedback on how it's feeling, the timing, the schedule, like how it's working there, any questions you have on movements, if it was too easy, if it was too hard. From there, everybody starts in a 6-month training program. So everybody's beginning with 6 months.
Gotcha.
Because I think we've all done like the
30
short,
day,
the 30-day calorie burn
30, 90,
challenge,
yeah.
and you're like, I lost 5 pounds, and then you gain it back the next week.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the long-term approach is key. Everybody starts with 6 months, and we write it as you go. So if you were to start, instead of just being like, hey, here's 6 months of training, go and knock it out, we need to see how you're making progress.
Gotcha.
So you with your coach, we're writing the programming as you go, typically in like 4-week blocks.
Yeah.
So like that first block would kind of meet you where you are based off of the goals that you laid out for us, and then how you're making progress with the block. It kind of meets you with your skill level. And then from there, it levels up. Because something I see all the time, there's a few different, in like the group of busy dads and moms that want to get fit, there's a few different different type client types. One is like, I'm trying to get going. There's others, which is a big group of them, who's like, man, I've been working out for like 2 years and I look the exact same.
Yeah.
Like nothing has happened. That's almost more deflating to me
Yeah.
than like, I can't get started. Because at least when you get started from nowhere, like you're gonna make progress. It's inevitable. But if you've been training for 2 years and you're trying to get to a certain level with your physique or strength or how you feel, you gotta have a plan that builds on itself. And so like where we go is like, okay, here's block 1. you did that, you got better throughout block 1, now you're ready for block 2. Yeah. And they all kind of stack. So you're doing these like 4-week little mini programs that build on each other.
And the nutrition is matching the
nutrition is there with the
working out.
Yeah. And like we have some guys that are like half marathon. I have running like a hybrid training coach on the team.
Yeah.
He's a savage. There's a saying right now that's pretty popular. It's like it's like you want to be faster than the lifters and stronger than the runners.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be stronger than the lifters
and
faster than the runners. Yeah. And he is so like we have a lot of guys that are doing like half marathon training.
How is your guy friend group going with their half marathon training?
Yeah, and we're running a half marathon.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, this
is
very
cool.
Group.
Okay,
this is our group.
Yeah, so the North Shore has a half marathon in October that I signed up for because I wanted to challenge myself. I did one last year, and I got it done. It was fun. I set a goal. It was fun. Yeah, it's fun. It was fun. Training is horrible. Training sucks. It's like the worst.
Yeah.
I hate running.
Yeah, me too.
It is the worst. But the race day is like the dessert. Like you get to go and like do the thing. Your adrenaline's firing, so you're not really tired. Like
I'm gonna throw a name out there that y'all haven't heard in a long time. James Doty.
Yeah,
James Doty's
so
man.
James
we
Doty,
know we're very fan of James Doty.
Great guy. I hope that he listens to this. I might send it to him.
He's one of the best people. Yeah.
So James Doty told me because he in college had run several half marathons, and then when he was living with me, he ran a full, and he said half marathons are so much fun.
Yeah.
The full marathon, nobody ever should do that.
No.
Like it's just absolutely brutal.
I agree.
Brutal.
I hit mile 12 last year, and was like starting to hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, I cannot believe people do double this.
Another one, yeah.
I was like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I signed up for one and then bullied pretty much on accident all of my friends into doing it at the St. Paul's.
We can't be friends anymore.
Crawfish.
Is that the one that Jared did with you?
Jared did not do that one.
Because he did one a couple years ago.
But he's going to do this one.
Yeah, we've sworn to go do October.
Everybody says it here. You want to name everybody who's doing this so we can call them out? So we got Cameron,
Clay Harvin.
Clay, okay.
Clay Harvin, Kyle Berthelot, Matt Daniel, Jared Averill, Kirk Bodenheimer, Mark Hawley.
Mark, wow.
Yeah, Mark's out there. Mark's done a run. Yeah. Tucker Golson's doing it now.
Just got added to our group too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
If we forgot somebody,
I was telling
you know who you are if you forgot. But I think that's the whole group.
That's great.
I was telling Jared, I was like, I think I'm going to do it again. And he was like, I'm going to do it with you. Clay was like, I'm going to do it with you. I was like, Kyle.
Yeah, and then it became like we couldn't leave until there was like hands in, blood of my blood, sweat of my sweat. Promise to do this.
Well, I mean, like we said it earlier, man. It's inspirational to people when you've done it and they want to be a part of it. And then it's gonna be crazy how many of these guys, if it's half of them that stick with it and continue that journey, it's gonna be great.
Here's the thing, man. It feels so good to challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary to challenge yourself. So like the thought of running 13 miles gets like pretty intimidating. I know for a fact, same thing with if you come on board with us as a client, like it can be intimidating because you're like, it's structure, there's food, I'm going to have to actually do it.
Yeah.
It's like we get objections from clients who like are thinking about coming on board. They don't know. What I have figured out after talking to so many people is that a lot of times it's like a lack of confidence in their own ability to show up. Mm-hmm. And like, so with my friends, when we're talking about like doing this thing, I'm like, I have no problem telling Kyle or Kirk Bodenheimer, like, dude, when's the last time you actually challenged yourself? Mm-hmm. Like, because I know when they do the thing, they're going to be so freaking proud of themselves. And you'll hang on to that forever, dude.
Well, and then he's done a really good job. Cameron is doing a really good job in our group. Like, we'll hit plateaus. Like, I've hit a plateau. Oh, I know I can run 2 miles in 12 minutes, and it's a jog. It's like, all right, interval training now. This is what you're doing like tomorrow morning. What is it? Man, I have this all on my phone, but it's run at a 5 for 2 minutes, and then dial it back to a 3, then you got to run a 7, and like anyway, it's been really.
And speaking to your ideal client, knowing somebody like him and all those other guys, if you challenge somebody and they run away from it, it's not your ideal client because those types of guys and people in general are the ones that you want to be in your program, the ones that want to be challenged, even if they haven't been challenged in a long time. And so there was 3 things I wanted to finish this conversation with, and you ran right into one of them. Is the reason why people are afraid of that commitment. It's because they've let themselves down so many times over the last couple of years in their lives, not in related to their family or their business, but in relation to their own personal fitness, right? And you see the same thing from people's spiritual lives too, where they've failed enough times where they get so deflated they're just like, that's just not me anymore.
For sure.
As opposed to re-challenging yourself and then having the accountability that it's going to say like, you have and you will again, because that's what everybody does in this world, in this life. You like your entire life until you die, you will continue to become short of what you set out to do. But I'm going to be here to help you through that and work you through it. That's huge.
100%, man. I can see it in all of y'all. Like because I know they got it in them, and like the ideal client to take it a step further than like the people who played sports growing up. Like if you played sports growing up. Right. And you're now in the business world, like, I know you got that in you. Like, I know you can do it. And bringing it out of people is like,
this is the coolest part of your job.
Dude.
Yeah.
It is the best.
Yeah.
That's why I can't wait to run the race with them. Because, like, at the end, it's going to be like, let's go.
I'm going to kill myself trying to keep up with Cameron.
You might have to send his media over to get that.
Yeah,
get
it
on y'all's run. That might be fun. And I think that if I just from my perspective, just having this conversation, it's like that would be part of my interview process. Like I'm going to challenge you, and if you want to be challenged, you're the person I'm here for. That's here for me. Right. If you're not that type of person, then this might be hard. It might not be the right person for our program. But
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so on that same token, I think that like Jason Navarre, my partner's husband always says, like you should create a daily habit that is just so easy for you to accomplish that you don't even have to barely do anything,
right? Just
to get the momentum falling in the right 100%. Direction, right? And once you get that momentum, you can build upon that habits that you've created. And I can attest to that it works. So the second thing I wanted to bring up was something that Josh's old coach used to say too. He said you should always have a dojo at your house, and he said that he called it 023. The other 23 hours of the day that you're not in the gym are just as important as the 1 hour that you're in it.
This dude's good.
Yeah. So he would always like that. Yeah.
Hey, this guy needs a job.
He's a pretty fit guy. Oh, yeah. But he would and that's what part of his programming was 023, right? Yeah, we're gonna have a program for the gym. You walk in, it's a CrossFit gym. So like the program's on the board.
Yeah.
Right? We're doing this workout. So you don't have to worry about that. What are you doing the other 23 hours? And I think fueling your workouts is something that is hard for people to figure out, is making sure that because your diet's not necessarily the same, nutrition's not the same on the day you exercise and the day you don't. It doesn't have to be a ton different, but the way you fuel that workout's important. And people walking in crushing those energy drinks and walking out with those protein shakes, if you don't find the right ones, they're really almost not doing anything for you, or they're hurting you more than they're helping you. And I was watching this video yesterday. It was like this guy put a glass of water and a teaspoon of sea salt. He's like, you drink this is a good pre-workout. You will get a pump. You drink this and put salt in it, and you eat a banana before your workout, you'll feel even better. And then if you have this, the salt, the banana, and a little bit of citrulline, a nice supplement, you're going to have the best pump of your life. And you don't have to drink the Alani or that sugary drink that you don't know what's in it. And you can track it for your nutrition, and it makes a big difference, right? Like, can you speak to that a little bit? Yeah.
So, like, I work with this company, Purist, for that reason. They are a company that's designing supplements like that you would feed your kids, basically. Nice. That's the whole motto. Yeah. Is like they like broke down supplements to the core of like what's actually going to work, what's needed. That's awesome. It's not like pre-workout that's like neon rocket pop pop tart. Like
they made other ones. I thought it had to be like
lizard skin, like
glass.
And you pour it into a glass and it's like neon purple.
Right.
Like, all right, that can't be good for you.
Right. So for me, like fueling the workouts from a supplement standpoint is electrolytes. So like a hydration mix. I do take creatine every day.
Yep.
For recovery. Like a lot of people talk about the strength and performance benefits. They're there, but for me, like I just noticed that my recovery is so much better. That is the thing that gets you with age. It's like these last 2 years are like the first 2 years where I'm like,
sort of day.
I'm feeling a little like I'm not bouncing back as quick.
Yeah. Those split squats I did on Sunday are still still hurting me.
Yeah. So like that's why like supplements for me now have become like a staple because I want the edge when it comes to recovery. Protein shakes. But then from a food standpoint as well, it's huge. Like for the running, like you have to be properly fueled. And that's why I like to talk about, we talked earlier about like, you think you need to take things away. But it's like, what can you add to your life to make not just the weight loss happen, but your training sessions better? Because if you're properly fueled for your session, what's going to happen? You're going to lift more weight. You're going to get a better workout done. And then what does that do? Adds to your results and your gains. So like you fueling your body properly rather than going and doing like a fasted weightlifting session where you're like dying through it.
20 minutes in, you just want to fall asleep. Yeah.
As you build up your, like the weight you use over time, the volume you hit as a result of proper nutrition, like you will make the gains.
Sure.
So like being fueled is so important.
Yeah. I just find that in the past, you go, like you said, breaking down the supplements to the smallest thing, right? You read the back of the bottle, and it's some sort of creatine and this and that and all that other stuff. Yeah. But you said just drink the creatine. That's the part that's most effective. All the other stuff's added on there. It's really not doing much for you. And that's what I found. I have like a supplement stack that I'm doing every day. And one of the things that for a pre-workout, I found that beetroot powder with the nitric oxide and the citrulline and with the blood flow, those two things combined make a huge difference. And I started taking that, and that's the best pre-workout that I've ever taken. It's cool. Super helpful. And then I eat dates before I start working out, and those things. I eat dates every morning.
That's the secret. Dates.
I love dates.
Nature's candy.
It's got a lot of it restores the glycogen in your muscles whenever you're starting to lift weights, and it prevents me from having that huge fall off of energy whenever I get done with my exercise.
It's natural sugar. It's like a little piece of candy from God.
Yeah,
it's natural sugar, dude. It's
like a squirt of honey or a date. It's pretty much the same effect. And then the third thing that I wanted to bring up was the what was it? It was the 023. It was the daily habit challenge, or just the daily little
anchor habits.
Step up anchor habits. And I can't remember the third thing, but anyway, this has been a great conversation, dude. I mean, I think that if somebody's in business and they're looking to become healthier and they want to understand how to do that simply and not have a huge bar of entry, but also have somebody who can hold them accountable. Right. That's in the same part of the aspects of their life that they are. I think testing out the Martin method would be a really cool thing. And then we can I'll say this was a third thing. It really wasn't, just so I can throw out a third thing. We're going to hopefully do some sort of an event here. I mean, I'll kind of mention it to you, but I'd love to have a wellness day at Arena where we invite some of the business owners from in town to get some advice from somebody who understands fitness and nutrition and different things. Have an ice bath and a sauna in the parking lots. People can kind of get that experience too, because I love that part of health and fitness, and make it to where we can have this whole place and a community get better.
I'm down. Yeah. Let's do it.
That'd be fun.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. I do remember reaching that text.
Are you a cold plunge guy?
I mean, I don't do it every day, but like I do enjoy doing it every once in a while. More from like just the challenge of getting in the bath.
Yeah. I do face plunge. I'm getting a cold plunge. I have a cold plunge coming to the house.
Yeah.
But I've been face plunging.
It does the same thing.
It does the same thing. And dude, what I notice is just stress. It's like a reset button. Mm-hmm. Like you're nervous.
So face plunge is what? Just ice water, but just the head.
Well, because
you dunk until you can't take the pain on your face basically anymore.
When we get in, we have a mutual guy who we meet with from a performance standpoint. Name's Dominic Luke, and he owns Love More Yoga in downtown. Yeah, you know Dominic, high school with him. And one of the things that he does in the ice bath is like when you get in, you immediately dunk your head, and before you get out, you immediately dunk your head. And like when you get in, it immediately when your brain gets in the water, it helps regulate your body temperature faster, and then the shock also, like you said, it's just immediately your body switches from I'm stressed to like self-preservation at that point.
For sure,
and it snaps you out of whatever funk you're in. For sure,
it's a reset.
Yeah,
it's a reset.
So very cool. Well, yeah, we'll everybody should pay attention and tune in if you're interested in that fitness day, because I think that's gonna be great. And if you want to get healthy, call my boy.
Yeah, Cameron's a real person. This is an AI right here. This is a good human being, a good man. I owe a lot to this guy. He's the real deal. So
good man, Kyle.
It's awesome having you here, bro.
Thanks for coming on.
It was
buddy.
awesome. This is great.
Oh my good Lord.